Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, we are going to learn how to use the group by function in Excel. This is a very useful function for data analysis and we are going to learn it from basic to advanced. So let's get started. First, we will see how to get the revenue by category by using group by function. Okay. So to understand the formulas, we will go to formulas tab, then we'll click on insert function. Okay. Then we'll select our function here, which is a group by. Okay. So you can see the syntax here. Okay. So first we have to mention the range for which we need a group. Okay. So what we want here, we want the revenue by category. So we want the grouping of category. So we will select the category range, which is from D2 to D11. Okay. So we want the grouping of category column. So we have selected D2 to D11. Then in values. So what is values? The range or array containing the values to aggregate. So what we want to aggregate here? Revenue. Okay. So we will select the range of revenue, which is I2 to I11. Okay. So here we have to mention the function. So we want the sum. So I have given sum. Okay. The function used to do aggregation. So our function is sum. So we'll click OK here. So you can see the group by is done. It is showing the revenue by category. Okay. So we will do the filtering and we'll see. So what are the category? Accessories and electronics. Okay. So it has given the data by accessories and electronics. Okay. Fine. So our second requirement is we want the header. Okay. So the data is correct, but the header is missing here. So we'll see how to add the headers. So again, we will put a equal to sign. We'll add our function, which is a group by. Okay. So we want the grouping of which column? Category. So again, we will select the category range, but this time from D1 because we want the header. So Control Shift down, which will select the entire range. Okay. Then in values, it is revenue, but this time from I1 because we want the headers. Control Shift down. Okay. Then, so our row fields done, values done. And what is our function? It is sum. So we will select the function. So there are multiple functions which you can select. Okay. So we will select sum. Okay. We have selected our function. Now, fields header. Okay. So we can select 3 if we want to show the header. So here we will select 3. Then we'll close the bracket. So now it is showing the data with headers. Okay. And if we don't want total, then we can use the option no totals. Okay. Here you can see the syntax for group by row fields, values, and function. These 3 things are mandatory. And rest of the things are mentioned in square bracket. That means it is not mandatory and we can ignore that. Okay. And if we don't want the total, so we can mention it as 0. So it will not show any total. We'll close the bracket and we'll press enter. Okay. So now it is showing the data with headers. Okay. So we have seen how to get the revenue by category. Then if we want to add the headers, how we can do that, that also we have seen. Okay. Now we will see how to filter the data. So in third option, we want the data by customer. Okay. So what we want here, the data should be grouped by category. Okay. And it should show the data only for particular customer. Okay. So again, we will add our function. We'll put a equal to sign. We'll add our function group by. Okay. So we want the grouping by category. We want header this time. So we will select the range from D1 to D11. Okay. Now we want the values. So values in the revenue. So we will select the column I1 to I11. Okay. So we want sum. So we will select sum function here. We want the heading. So we will select three option here, yes and show. Okay. So we don't want totals. So we'll select no totals. We don't want any sort order. So we will ignore that. And in filter array, we want to give the filter. So our filter is here for customer. Okay. So we want to get the data only for John Smith. So we will select the range from B1 to B11 equal to John Smith. So it will group by category, will give the sum of revenue and only for the customer John Smith. So you can see it is giving the data only for the customer John Smith. This is done now. Now we will see how to do sorting. Okay. So we have seen the filter part. Now we will see how to do sorting. So for this, we just remove this filter option here. Now we want the sorting. Okay. And so if we want the sorting by category, we can mention 1. And if we want the sorting by revenue, so we can mention 2. So here I will mention 2. Okay. This is giving the ascending data. If we want descending data, then we can just mention it as -2. Okay. So so we have just seen how to use the filter and sort part. Okay. Now we will move to the advanced part here. So in all of our example, we have seen the sum function. In this example, we will see how to use sum, average and percentage of function at a time. So we will put a equal to sign. Then we'll add our function, that is group by. We want the data by category. So we will select the category range here. Then in values, we will select revenue. Then in function, we will use one more function which called h stack. In h stack, we will mention sum, then average, then percent of. Okay. As we want 3 functions, so we will mention whatever function we want. Then we'll put comma. We don't want the header. So here we will select no. We'll put a closing bracket here and we'll press enter. So now you can see the data is showing by category and it is showing sum, average and percent of. Okay. So to change the format, we can click on Alt HP. So this is done. Now one more thing we can do in advance, that if we want the grouping not only by category but by product also, so that also we can do in advance. So simple, what we have to do here. So we will see that also. Once again, we'll put our formula. So now here we will use hstack function as we want multiple column. So it should do the grouping by category column. Then we will select the product range as we want the data by, okay, as we want to group data by product also. So we will select product column. Okay. Then we'll put a closing bracket. Okay. Then we'll put a comma. In values, we will select revenue. Okay. And we want the sum part only. We'll put the closing bracket and we'll press enter. So here you can see it is showing the grouping by category as well as product. Okay. So kindly subscribe to my channel for more such video. Thank you.